Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. If you are new here, my name is Elena and I am the homeschooling mama to 3 kiddos. Here on the channel we talk about everything from homeschooling to homemaking, all the things in between. Today I'll be sharing with you the curriculum that we picked out for our 4th grade year. Now, I loosely use their grades because I mostly meet my kids where they're at which level. So there may be some subjects that are a little bit lower and there may be some that are a little bit advanced. In this case, I think we are right at level, but let me jump in and share with you what we're using for this upcoming school year. For math, we are using Matthew-C again. I have used this program actually with my oldest son for several years now, and this will be, I think, my daughter's 3rd year using it, and she will be finishing up the last one, and then as we go into the school year, at some point, probably a couple months in, we will switch on over to Gamma. So right now, all I have is the teacher's instruction manual and the DVD. If you are not familiar with Matthew-C, the way that it works is there is a short lesson you can watch either on DVD or you can purchase the digital pack, and that has gives you access to watching it on like a tablet or laptop or something like that, which is perfect if you're road schooling or you have several students that need to watch things so you don't have to carry along the DVD with you. We have, for some, I don't believe we have the digital packs for every single unit, but I will say that they do come in handy, especially now that I have a lot more online things that we're using in our schooling. So for math, we will be continuing on with Matthew-C. I really love this curriculum. You will watch a short video, like I said, either on a DVD or if you have the online digital pack, you can watch it there. And Mr. Demi is the creator, and he will go through and teach your student the basics and foundation, the lesson of it. Now, if your students need more, or if you want to do it hands-on in the lesson, in the instruction manual, it also gives you, as the parent, instructions on how to explain to your child further or go into further explanation of the topic or subject foundation that you are learning. And so that's really nice to have on hand too, especially as they get into the upper levels. And if you need a refresher like me in algebra and things like that, you can go back into your instruction manual and kind of get a refresher and then be able to better explain to your child. The instruction manual also has in the back of the book the answers for the worksheets that the students will do, so you don't have to rack your brain and try to remember the answers to everything. So that is really nice to have too. So what we typically do with the math is I will have my child watch the program either on the DVD or with the digital pack, and then we will do 1 to 2 worksheets in the workbook manual. So workbook manual that you can also purchase, and then you get a testing manual as well. Those products are consumables, meaning that your student will use it up throughout the year, but Matthew-C website gives you the option of purchasing just a student workbook packet in case you have multiple students in the same grade, or like me, you have used this before for a previous student and now you are going to use it for another one of your kiddos. And so we will be purchasing that, but we still have a little bit to go in the beta, which is right before this. So I let my kids kind of just finish out the workbook. Now, math is the one subject that I do try to go through the entire workbook because the foundations and the lessons you need the whole entire book. We usually have them do 2 worksheets a day, and then there is an application at the very end. And sometimes we'll do that, sometimes we'll skip right over that and get into the test, and sometimes we'll do the opposite. We'll just do the application and skip the testing. It really is up to you and your student and what you think would be best for them. But that is the math program we are going with again this year. I really like it. It's working out well for my daughter, so we're going to continue on with it. The next thing that will be a continuation from summer is her history / social studies. So we are working through the Good and the Beautiful U.S. Constitution and Government, and we will continue on with this. Like I said, we started it in the summer and we're going to finish it off throughout the school year. I'm not sure what we'll do after this. I'm just going to kind of play it by ear at this point, but we are going to continue on with the program, or with this curriculum. This year I actually, as you'll see, have dove into a little bit more of the Good and the Beautiful. We hadn't used it that much before, but I really liked that they introduced this course and this is a family course that we started in the summer. So what I mean by that is that as a family we are going through this. So my high schooler is doing it with us, my daughter who is transitioning from 3rd to 4th grade, and then also my son who is on the autism spectrum, and he is transitioning from 1st to 2nd grade. And so we've all sat around throughout the summer and just started working on this, and we will continue through it. Now for my daughter, we read from this book as a family, so this is what typically I will read to them, and then my daughter has her own student journal. I'm just hiding where they write their name here. There's space here if you want to have them put their name. So she has her own student journal, and she is working through that. Another Good and the Beautiful product that we are going to try out this year is one of their science curriculums. I believe we're actually going to try out 2 of them, but we are going to start with their mammals subject. So this one is going to be updated, I believe, by the end of 2022. I will double check and then put it somewhere on the screen here for you if that is incorrect. From what I can tell, when it's updated, they will give like a core subject book, which is the book most likely the parent is reading from, and then that has the open and go instructions. The Good and the Beautiful is designed to be an open and go curriculum, which means there's not a lot of beforehand prep that you have to do. With science, I believe in art and maybe a couple other subjects, there are projects and things that you can do. They're always optional, I believe, but it gives you a list of items that you will need to have or that they suggest you have for these things. What I really liked about the science is that you have the option of watching the video of the project in case you aren't able to do it yourself, or if your kiddos want to do it alongside, I think that that would be awesome too. So I really liked that that was an option that they give to you as well. The other thing that kind of swung our vote this way, or kind of helped us pick this, was that this could also be a family subject, meaning you could do it for more than 1 grade level. And so we will be starting with mammals. Like I said, I let my kiddos sit down and take a look at some of the subjects I was thinking about going over with them this year, and this will be for my 2 younger children. So this will be for my daughter and my youngest son, and I will just pick what is kind of age appropriate for each level if I want to add in anything or worksheets or things like that. But because this is the older one, in this packet there is both the student worksheets and the workbook that you're going to read from. What is suggested with this one is that if you have multiple students, that you just make copies of the student workbook pages. So I will get this organized. If you want to see how we do that, let me know in the comments down below, and I will make a separate video for that. But I'm going to get this organized, and I'm excited to see how they enjoy it. And like I've been saying, this will be the first one. So you can get through, I believe on the website it says some families can get through 2 to even 3 different subjects, science subjects, throughout the school year, doing just 2 days a week of science. So one of my kiddos wanted to start with mammals, and the other one wanted to try the marine biology study course. So right now, as of the time of filming, when you purchase the mammals course, you get a free PDF of the marine biology. And so that worked out perfectly for us. So we're going to, at least I know I have that available to me if we decide to continue on with the Good and the Beautiful science throughout the year. And then if we don't, for whatever reason, I didn't make an investment for 2 science subjects that we aren't going to use. So I will keep you updated and let you know how it's going. But for now, this is what we've picked out and are excited to try for science. And then lastly, for her language arts, we used this last year and she really enjoyed it, and so we were going to use it again this year. And for language arts, we are going with Sunlight. Now, I did purchase this secondhand, so I did go online and search for used curriculum, and I was able to find one. This is Language Arts 3, and so this is where I was saying I kind of meet my kiddos where they are at. We are entering 4th grade officially, but our language arts is on level 3. Although I am seeing her just go in leaps and bounds with her language arts, particularly her reading, and we may have to add some extra things onto here. But we're going to start here so as to not overwhelm her. You do what is best for your kiddos. I know that for my daughter in particular, I don't want to give her too much because I don't want it to feel overwhelming to her and have her push back from it. I would rather her ease into it and then let me know when she is ready to move on and take a next step. She's pretty good at letting me know when she's ready for the next challenge. So if you are not familiar with Sunlight, they do have an entire like kit and caboodle that you can buy per grade level. So you can go to their website, put in 4th grade, and you can get an entire boxed kit with all the subjects that are recommended for that grade level. Or you can piece it out and purchase it separately. We are just doing language arts from Sunlight. This giant binder here is their like the worksheets as well as the instructions, instructors, guides, and notes. So it is separated by week in the tabs here. And you can go onto the website and take a look at a sample page of what the lessons look like, but I will show you quickly here. So for week 1, you have a lot of different things that you can do. And at first, I have to be honest, this seemed overwhelming to me because I felt like that is just so much work. But you can pick and choose what you want to do in your homeschool and what you think is a good fit for your student. So you don't have to do every single thing, or you can some weeks do every single thing because you have time for it, or that's just where you're at. So it does include language arts, includes spelling and phonics, handwriting. For first week, there's nothing there. You have readers, which I'll show you in a second, and then vocabulary development. It is optional to buy Wordly Wise. We did go ahead and go that route. We will be using Wordly Wise with Sunlight. And then creative expression. These are the worksheets that are included in here. So it gives you every day, day 1, here are the items you'll be doing, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, we typically try to work on a 4-day week, and that is an option for Sunlight. You can purchase either a 4-day or 5-day week so that you have an extra day to catch up, or for field trips or anything like that. What we will do to modify this to work for our schedule is either just push 1 day back into the following week or double up some days. And if it's not necessary, or I just don't think that it's something that we need to do, we can always skip over certain things as well. And then when you turn the page, you go in and it gives you day 1, and it has a little bit more explanation of everything you need to be doing. So it tells you there are vocabulary words that you can give to your child. For day 1 in this particular week, week 6, you're going over spelling and phonics, and you're going over rule and write. If a 1-syllable word has 2 vowels, the first vowel usually stands for the long sound and the second vowel is silent. And so it's that kind of thing where you're teaching them, and it gives you exactly what to say if you're not sure how to explain it to your kiddos. And then it has the readers for them, and it usually gives you a question or 2 to ask them to make sure that they're comprehending what they're reading. And then they have copy work. And this is where the creative expression would be if it is there too. This is what I was saying is included with the activity sheets in here. And so here are the student activity sheets, and that is where you will find the copy work that you want your student to do, and then the creative writing is usually listed on this page as well. So that is what we will be doing for her. Let me share with you really quickly the readers for this curriculum, so you can have a better idea of what they are. What the readers are individual reading that the kiddos will do. You can do it together. What I typically have her do, or what I had her do last year, was read to me or read to her younger brother while I was present, so that I could make sure that we were not needing any extra help, and that she was understanding what she was reading. And so you have a big stack of books that they read, and it's always fun for them to see at the end of the year how many books they went through. I know last year was our first year using this curriculum with my daughter, and she was just so pleased with herself at seeing her large stack of books that she read throughout the school year. And this was not even including the library books that we checked out and she got to read. So it was really fun. And then we did end up keeping all of the readers so she could have them on the bookshelf and just kind of look over and reread some of her favorites. Now there are 21 readers, so I won't go through every single title with you. I will just share a couple of them with you. There are some of these and I Can Read books, so these are done by level. This particular level is a mix of level 3 and 4. So level 3 is suggested for grades 2 through 4. This top book here, the number 4, is advanced 4 reading. So this advanced 4 reading is Prairie School, and then we also have The Long Way Westward, The Long Way to a New Land, and Clara and the Book Wagon. Some other titles from here are The Littles by John Peterson. And so these books are just small, short books that your kiddos can read, again, to you or to themselves or to another sibling. That's always fun when they start teaching one another. It really engages both of the students, and it is just really cool as a parent / teacher to see. Another book that is included is Tippy Lemmy by Patricia. Oh, I'm going to mess up her last name. Let me just show it to you. So this is another one of their readers, and they have 2 third grade detectives books in here. This one is just The Clue of the Left-Handed Envelope. This one is a little bit thicker. It's actually 2 books in one. I don't think I realized that. So there is this book on this side and then this book on this side. I don't know, 2 other third grade detective books, but those are not like that. So that may just be the print that I have that came that way. So that'll be fun for her as well. That's probably why that was a little bit thicker too, right? And then we also have Jake Drake Bully Buster. So fun reading books that hopefully will get your kiddos engaged. A nice variety too of books so that they don't feel like every book is not applicable to them or to their interests. There's just a little bit of something, I think, that every kiddo can find in the books. And then this one, there's just one in this, and there are several different titles. So if your child really ends up liking one of them, most of these books, they have different titles that you can look up and purchase for them, or go search at the library, which is one of our favorite things to do. And that is it for our formal curriculum choices. Also plan on, God willing, doing some field trips and things like that, but I don't have any that are planned out. I like to kind of get into the groove of schooling first. If you've watched any of our recent videos, you probably can tell that this mama is not in a rush to start school. I am savoring the very last of my summer months. I know that it is time to start getting the planning going and things like that. I did start purchasing things, just piecing it together before the school year was over, so that was extremely helpful. We, as you can see, are kind of an eclectic kind of learning. You would say I don't have any one homeschool style that we have stuck with. I take it year by year with each kiddo, and I kind of let them do the leading and seeing what works best, both with them, with our goals for them, and then also with our lifestyle and where we're at. But that is it for this video. I hope that it was helpful to you. Let me know if you are homeschooling this year and what grades you are looking at, or if you're trying any of these, or if you're trying something different. It's always nice to see what options are out there, and I know that sometimes it can feel overwhelming. So things like this, where you get a little bit of why families have chosen the curriculum they have, to me always seems helpful. So I hope that in some way this was helpful to you. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up so I know what kind of curriculum you're looking for, what kind of videos you're looking for on our channel. I will have curriculum videos out for all of my kiddos, so if you're not already, this is your chance to hit the subscribe button, and then if you want the bell notification so you don't miss any of those, and then you can come alongside all of our adventures as we head into our new school year. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't heard, or maybe you don't know, please know that you are deeply and truly loved and so appreciated. Thank you so much for watching.